PodcastHero.com.
Welcome to the Daily Quote, the podcast designed to kickstart your day in a positive way. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, and let's jump straight into today's quote of the day. Today's quote comes from Colin Kaepernick, a former NFL quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, Super Bowl finalist, and one of the most recognizable figures in the history of American sports activism. A man who has faced more pressure on the field and off it than most people will ever counter in an entire lifetime. He once said, "Pressure comes from a lack of preparation." Interesting. Now that's the first idea. Hold on to that, because by the end of today's episode, we're going to turn it completely around. At face value, Kaepernick's quote is about as direct as wisdom gets. Pressure isn't random and it isn't bad luck. It isn't something that simply arrives from outside and overwhelms you. It is, at least in part, a signal, a gap made obvious, the distance between where your preparation ends and where the moment demands you to be. Think about situations in your life that have felt overwhelming. The deadline that sent you into a panic, the conversation you dreaded, the performance that kept you up at night. In almost every case, at the root of the pressure was some version of the same thing. Not enough time spent preparing. Not enough reps taken in practice. Not enough quiet work done before the intense moment arrived. Kaepernick lived this truth at the highest level of professional sport. As a quarterback, reading a defense in real time with 80,000 people watching and 300-pound men moving toward him, that is pressure at its most literal form. And his answer to it was always the same. He said, "Sometimes when things are going really well, I feel like I've already seen things. Like I'm watching a rerun, because I've studied this defense, and I know what comes next." Preparation doesn't eliminate the moment. It makes the moment feel familiar. And familiar is the opposite of pressure. So that's the first truth. Most pressure is a preparation problem in disguise. But here's where the story takes a turn, because there's a second kind of pressure, one that no amount of preparation can prevent. The kind that doesn't come from being unprepared. The kind that comes from being in the middle of becoming something. The pressure of growth. The discomfort of the hard season. The weight of a challenge that is actively making you better, even when it doesn't feel that way. And for that kind of pressure, an unknown author left us with this quote: "What feels like pressure today is often preparation in disguise." Read that alongside Kaepernick's quote, and something extraordinary happens. The two ideas complete each other. Kaepernick tells us that pressure reveals where preparation is missing. And the unknown author tells us that sometimes the pressure itself is the preparation, the difficulty, the resistance, the discomfort that is quietly building something in you that cannot be built any other way. I've been training for a new job for the past 2 weeks. Something totally new and different from what I've done in the past. The training has been intense. Every day, new information, practice, and then homework with lots of reading and quizzes to complete. Definitely information overload, and at the end, we had a final exam as well as an on-the-job test to determine our ability to use the new skills safely. It definitely felt like pressure, but that pressure is the preparation so that we don't feel it when we're actually working on the job, because now we're prepared. So here's the question. First, Where is pressure showing up in your life right now that is pointing directly at a gap in your preparation? What are you being called to prepare for more thoroughly? And second, where is pressure showing up that isn't a gap at all, but growth in progress? What difficult season are you currently in the middle of that might not be breaking you down, but quietly building you up? Because both are true. Sometimes pressure comes from a lack of preparation, and sometimes what feels like pressure today is preparation in disguise. That's it for today. I'm Andrew McGivern, signing off for now. But I'll be back tomorrow. Same pod time, same pod station, with another daily quote.